It's Radio BDC, live at Boston Calling, powered by Xfinity. I am Adam 12, and with me is a chunk of Doomtree.
Hello.
Go around and introduce yourself.
Sure. My name is Dessa.
My name is POS.
I'm Sims.
I'm Paper Tiger.
I'm using, so EJ is the guy shooting this right now. I'm using his joke. He's like, there's so many people in your band, it's not Doomtree, it's Doom Forest. That's the first time you guys have heard that one, isn't it?
I've never heard
Be honest.
That, yeah.
Yes.
that's the first one.
Yes. Excellent.
Doom Forest.
All right, so actually, I'm going to start with you, Paper Tiger, because you and Laserbeak were bringing it back for me watching your set earlier. You're doing it live. You're dynamic back there. You got kind of like a Bomb Squad, Public Enemy vibe going on, because like people who know hip hop know back in the day, the Bomb Squad used to cut up the samples and do it all live behind Public Enemy.
That's what these guys are doing.
So very good.
We're both Terminator X also.
Yes, you are. One of you is Terminator, one of you is X. One of you has the hot top fade, one of you has the blue blocker
Like that element
sunglasses,
of
right?
having mistakes in the music, making it feel like a live show.
That's what it's supposed to be. Exactly.
Yeah.
And that seems to be the kind of, I mean, it's funny when you see a big crew on stage, you immediately think, oh, this is going to be like chaos. But for you guys, organized chaos. Like, talk a little bit about the process and how you guys are able to kind of get that many people on stage, but everybody is kind of in lockstep and it's a good live experience.
I think, aside from the fact that we've been doing it, the same group of us for well over a decade, I think that we all like shows, and we come from a city that has lots of great shows, and we've seen bad rap shows with 30 people on stage yelling over each other, and I think that it didn't really even take much conversation before that wasn't really a part of what we did. But then you add 14 years of practice too, so.
Sure.
I'd second that. I think like when we all get together to make an album, that takes more deliberative planning to make sure that everybody's got the right piece and everybody's got the shine and we're all contributing towards a unified whole. But on stage, I think it's get in the rock tumbler, and like 14 years later, the tough edges have come off. Like, I know when Sims moves forward, I'm gonna step back, and if we're all running stage left, two people are automatically gonna run stage right. So for us, I think that really is more knowing how rather than knowing that. We haven't done a lot of planning on it.
You guys could put on a clinic. I mean, it's no, for real. It's a great live experience. And again, you've been doing it for over a decade. When you guys started, you're coming out of an area that people don't think it's actually. I'll preface it with this. This is the second band from Minnesota that I've seen this week. Right. I saw Low, who were like the legendary indie rock band from Duluth earlier this week, and now you guys come through. Right. When you guys started this over a decade ago, you didn't have the resources that you have now. So you're a hip hop collective coming out of Minnesota. You don't see that often, but now talk a little bit about how the technology has kind of helped you guys get the name out there and get your music out there.
When I put my first album out, YouTube wasn't around yet.
Right.
YouTube's only 10 years old. So we're all still adjusting to how that works and what a new streaming service means. Like, do you mess with Spotify? Like, now you do. And now it's like, do you mess with Apple Music? And so there's just, it changes and you have to stay adapting to it. So the technology is good because it allows access to somebody in Boston that we didn't have previously. Before, it was just, the way we came up was play a show, save the $200 you get from the show, do that 5 times. Now you can afford a computer that you can record music on. Then you can afford something that'll burn CDs. Then you go to Kinko's, cut out the covers.
Yeah, it used to be
literally every dollar that we've ever received has gone back into the label, and that's how we did this. We didn't get any investors. It was just starting out and doing it. And so,
do you want to build on that?
I was just gonna say that it used to be back in the day, if we wanted to get some music out for a show or for whatever reason, everybody that we knew that had a computer, all their computers would be at our living room, so we could use every burner to be burning CDs.
Yep.
That's real.
It makes you appreciate, not to cut you off, but it makes you appreciate the fact that the technology has come along so far, because you're not having to do it that way
even
anymore.
To a generation ahead of us, they saw that us having the CD burners, you guys can just make your own CDs. That's incredible. Look at the dissemination of information. You
Yep, indeed.
I'd also just add that we've been at it for a long time, predating YouTube, but we were right on the cusp because we weren't one of those artists who were like, how are we going to figure it out now that we got dropped from our major? We never had a major look. And so right when we were entering, the industry was already a smoking heap of rubble. So we didn't have to relearn anything. It was just I wonder what the cool spots in this rubble heap might be, it had already broken by the time that we arrived. So.
Right on. Talk a little bit about, you guys you're a good sized collective. You got a lot of different talents, a lot of people doing different things. Talk about how you guys you keep yourselves happy. You make sure that everybody is getting what they need. I'll throw the Wu-Tang Clan out there as an example. Over the years they did a lot of good, but there are a lot of ego clashes, and you had Master Killer's like, why isn't my solo album coming out?
Yeah,
Riz is like, shut up, chill out and all that. How do you guys make sure that everybody stays happy and everybody's working together toward that common goal?
I mean, do you want to answer, Babes?
No,
He's like, nope, you're taking this one.
I'll say it like this. We grew up, a lot of us in the crew, thinking that Wu-Tang all lived together and we're super happy friends. And like by the time the public was talking about different beefs between the crew and stuff like that, we were already like 8 years in. We're Minnesotans, we're polite. We've been through enough ups and downs as a crew to where at this point now, everybody that wants to be in the crew is still here. There's a lot of people that aren't in the crew anymore. And we just kind of know how to navigate each other's moods and kind of like work around each other. All of our egos take a little bit of a backseat when it's time to promote a crew record, and then we go back out and do solo stuff after that. I think that the balance is about that simple these days, I think.
I also think Laserbeak, who was on stage but isn't at the table now.
Yep.
He's become a hell of a diplomat. Like, he's also really developed some really good business skills to be like, okay, I'm going to call everybody every couple months and say, what are you working on? What are you working on? What are you working on? So that when it's time to put together a release schedule, like, he really is being mindful of everything that everybody's making. Yeah. All
right, last question, and we'll go around the table. Ladies first. Favorite album, hip-hop or non-hip-hop, of the year so far? What have you found that you've listened to the most? Or just something that you think is good that you want to promote and let people know about? Because with so many people in your group, I got to know what you guys are listening to.
What we're listening to?
Yeah.
What's this is me, ready? And it's me all day. I'm like my mother. What's the Immortal Orchestra thing? What's that new January?
Unknown Mortal Orchestra.
Unknown Mortal Orchestra.
Yeah.
I think that multi-love track's really cool.
Can't Keep Checking My Phone's a good track on that as well. All right, POS, what's yours?
I've been listening to that Vince Staples Summertime 06 record pretty much constantly. So.
Okay.
I'm listening to a new George Fitzgerald record, tons, and still I got it this year, even though it came out like last December, was that Homeboy Sandman record.
Okay.
George Fitzgerald, Homeboy Sandman.
Okay. How about you, Paper Tiger?
There's a record that recently came out by a singer named Georgia that I'm really into, really excited about, and I love that Jamie XX record as well.
I'm jumping into. Oh no, go ahead. You do yours first.
George, holler at Paper Tiger, man. He's gonna produce for you, for real.
All right, mine too, and this is homework for any of you guys who haven't listened to it yet. But the Heems solo album that came out back in February.
The mixtape or the album?
The album. Eat, Pray, Thug.
Yeah. That's the one I heard.
I mean, that's been the one that I've gone back to the most time.
Right on.
Really good album.
We can't forget about All Hands, which came out in January.
Yeah, absolutely. See, yes, absolutely. 4 branches from the Doomtree, if you will, here on RadioBDC,
Wait.
Boston Calling. Yes, go
This
ahead.
is on the internet, right?
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Push pause.
Oh, okay.
Click a little new browser.
Okay.
Don't close this one.
Yes, keep this one rolling because he's going to walk you through it. Go ahead.
Then click this next one.
Okay.
Doomtree.net.
Okay.
That's all.
Yes, that's all you need to do. Doomtree.net. We're here at Boston Calling, powered by Xfinity on Radio BDC. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.